Stage 1, the phone screen. So in this stage, it's typically a design recruiter or a hiring manager who will call you, and they pretty much just want to get to know you a little bit better. You may get questions like, tell me about yourself. So basically they want to know your story. Why did you get into design? How did you get into design? And it's usually just to get to know you. So it's going to be, pretty straightforward, simple questions, and, be honest, be yourself, and you should be fine. I also want to note that this is also a great time for you to ask questions about the role. So make sure it's something, you're interested in, and it's something that you want to work on. Stage 2, a video or phone call with a manager or a specific designer on that team. In this stage, you'll talk about yourself a little bit more. It's going to sound a little repetitive from the first stage, but you're going to talk about yourself in a little bit more detail. So expect to share some work, maybe walk through some of your work, and expect questions like, what are you currently working on? How do you work with engineers and PMs? How do you work with other designers? What's your design process like? So it's going to be very designer focused. They're going to try and get to know you more on a designer level and a little bit on, on a personal level, but mostly it'll be about your design experience as a designer. Stage 3, the challenge. In this stage, you'll be sent a design challenge or a design exercise. They call it either one. Well, actually, in Google's case, they will send you three problems or 3 challenges, and you get to pick one. But at most companies, they'll send you just one. You don't get to pick. Once you get that challenge or you pick a challenge, it's time to, just have some fun. It's your time to shine. It's your time to do what we do and solve problems. You also want to make sure that you're documenting your process as soon as you start your challenge or design exercise, because you're going to present this challenge in the next stage. So make sure that you're really documenting the things that you're doing or things that you're thinking. It's really important to talk about your process and in the next stage. So you want to make sure that you're thinking about that now. So just come up with a game plan and then go through that and then just prepare. Or there's nothing wrong with over preparing in my opinion. Stage 4, the on-site and presenting your challenge. This is my favorite part of the stage, and I love it because you get to, check out their office, eat their food. You get to check out their office and meet new people. You also get to present your work, and it's always amazing to present your work. I think it's something that, we should learn to love, is just to present our work all the time or as much as we can. In this stage, you will also present the challenge you were given to either a group of designers or maybe the group, the product group that you could potentially be working with. If you're interviewing with a startup, it could get a little interesting because you may end up just meeting everyone within that startup. So depending how big or small it is, it could be the entire company. So remember in stage 3, I talked about documenting that process right from the beginning. So you really want to, document that process, document your thinking, document your product thinking, talk about some of the challenges that you faced while you were doing this exercise and how you overcame those challenges. So things like that will really make you stand out. So talk about that because it's something that you're going to go through at work. So, you might as well show that you're bringing that to the table. Stage 5, the on-site and the one-on-ones. So I separated this stage from stage 4, but it's really a part of the overall on-site experience. But I wanted to separate this stage from stage 4 because you really need to change your mindset during the on-site from a presenter to a more one-on-one focus kind of a mindset. So let me explain. The second part of your on-site is going to be most likely one-on-ones. So it's a true one-on-one experience with people on the team, people you could potentially work with, things of that nature. During your one-on-ones, it's not going to be so much about your work. Questions might come up about your design exercise that you just presented, but it's really going to be more about you. It's really, a culture fit exam, or not exam, but, they're really trying to see if you're going to fit the culture, either the culture of the company or the culture of the team. So you really need to showcase that, you fit within that culture. and just focus on connecting on a people level. Because this potentially could be the people that you're working with, right? So you really want to make sure there's a good fit there on both sides. And finally, we're at stage 6. And this is the hardest one. Stage 6 is the waiting game. This is by far the hardest stage, right? Because, no one likes waiting for an answer, but you have to be patient, and that's just the way that things go. So the waiting game is basically the recruiter or the hiring manager or whoever you were working with during this whole process gets together with everyone, or they collect feedback from everyone, whether it's a point-based system, whether it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Some places treat you like a Netflix rating. Depending on what that process is, they're going to decide, they'll get back to someone, and that specific someone will get back to you, and you'll get an answer. I shouldn't have to say it, but if you really want to be a part of the team or the product or the company, do the right thing. Like, extend yourself with your thank yous and really go out there and show how much you appreciate their time. Just say thank you. Like, really show that you really appreciated that time that they spent with you. So that does it for today's episode. If you want to get in contact with myself, or if you want to get in contact with John, please visit angelocamachogroup.com. We'll check you out next time. Cheers.